Ever played one of those top-down crazy, everything's all over the place, bullet hell nightmare games where just basically everything on screen can destroy your character? Well, Vampire Hunters is a FPS version of it, and I wasn't quite sure whether I'd enjoy that, but it does add a certain something to the gameplay. First off, you still get your character selections, i.e. different characters with different abilities. And of course, what would a game like this be if you couldn't upgrade said characters? And there are loads of different upgrades. There's a humongous skill tree with loads of different things that you can upgrade, with loads of branches that just add so much to each character. And as you guessed, each character has kind of like their own set. And then there's different skill trees for different abilities within the same characters. Seemingly plenty to upgrade. And then there's the permanent upgrades that basically upgrade your hit points, your speed, your damage and things like that. And they stay fixed to your character permanently, hence the permanent name. And obviously all of these are designed to help you survive longer whilst you're going along your journey. Anywho, do hit them like and subscribe buttons if you're enjoying this video. So the core mechanic of most of these games are the fact that you get to pick up multiple and different weapons as you go along. You can also upgrade and unlock these weapons as you're going along. Once you enter an arena, you're basically with a basic weapon. And then you start upgrading, adding another weapon here, adding another weapon there, seeing it all in front of you, starting small and then suddenly having a massive amount of arsenal, just destroying these beasts in almost a FPS gauntlet type style. I have to admit, I didn't think this would work, but after playing it, it really does work and quite works well. I had no problems controlling the character, although as usual on these sort of games, the beginning where you only have one weapon kind of feels a bit slow, but does ramp up rather quickly, thankfully. So there's these orb things every time you kill a creature. Picking these up takes you to a selection screen, where, as you guessed it, you get to choose from different weapons to add to your arsenal. And here there are secondary, primary and relics and all sorts of different things like armor that presumably protects you and therefore making you last that little bit extra longer. Look, suffice to say, there are plenty of things to upgrade, add on to your bundle, and even to put up your stats, i.e. your hit points, healing factor and speed and all that lot. I find the creatures to be quite varied. There are loads of them spawning out of different areas, and it is quite satisfying mowing them down. And when you pick up certain weapons that mow more of them down than normal, this is even more satisfying. And adding to all of this, there are bosses as well, and sort of like super big type creatures. The areas were quite adequately big, although I didn't get to see many of them because I was not very good at the game.
But I am trying harder and harder each day.
These sort of games to me aren't about winning and being the best and everything. These sort of games to me are about enjoying yourself, enjoying the franticness if you like, and obviously seeing how far you can get without being blown away. Although the bigger joy on Vampire Hunter for me was kind of like seeing how big of a stack you can get your weapons, see what combinations work better than others, trying to memorize what you should be picking each time you get to pick something. Graphics and sound. Graphically, obviously it leans more onto the retro style. And I'm kind of happy it did. I don't think this game would quite work the same if it was ultra realistic. I think there's something almost tongue-in-cheek about it. The fact that it's old school with kind of like this modern feel to it. Sound-wise, I did not turn down the music. Woohoo! It wasn't too bad. The other sounds were kind of basic, but in this game, almost satisfying. I think because a lot was going on at times, it was almost satisfying blowing these things up and hearing that noise. I think the sounds that they picked are actually quite decent for that. And also when you're picking up the orbs or whatever they are, that's quite satisfying as well. It resonates quite well. Okay, so like and subscribe because that would be really cool of you. And let's hop over to the score for Vampire Hunter. I really enjoyed this one, I really did. I suck mainly at it and I didn't get as far as I wanted, I am still playing it though, and I probably will. I'm just not very good at these games, but as I mentioned before, to me that's not really the point. It's the taking part, it's the adventure, it's seeing what you can do during the game and during your rounds, and I think this game sets that up really, really well. And to my mind, I think I'm going to be giving Vampire Hunter a pretty well deserved 8 out of 10. I like it. Will you be picking it up? Bye bye.